So this is the 2025 Extreme Triaxle trailer that I bought myself. So far I've pulled it behind me for a week already, and I can't say I don't love it. It's been great. It's got a 100,000 pound gross vehicle weight ratio. It's got a rear lift axle, dunnage box, and toolboxes on both sides. I got it at Quality Trailer in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And I use the dunnage box right now to hold my tarps so that I can keep them off the decks. And this one is just holding my center tarp for now. I really like it. So I was gonna do a little walk around with you. It's not much to show you. I mean, a trailer is a trailer, right? But extreme trailers are a little newer to the market. They started business in 2016 and it's 2025 now. So not as many people have heard of them. Some people are worried that, you mentioned to me that this lift axle does not come that far off the ground. And you know what? You're right. It doesn't. So sometimes it bumps the ground, but it does turn. So we'll see how that works out for me. Extreme Trailers is from Dover, Ohio. I'm really happy. I'm really happy with it. So the third axle will give me the option of hauling more freight. It'll open up more freight options for me. But most of the freight I haul is tandem, right? So I can lift that up and use it as a random tandem trailer. A regular tandem trailer. This trailer has a tare weight of 11,500 pounds. So it's a really light trailer. That's one thing Extreme is known for. They're known for their tare weight. That's their whole shtick. They like to be the lightest on the market. It's fully aluminum. I like that they have the gauges. Excuse me. The gauges and stuff right in here. It's gotten a little dirty already, that you can see through. You got your lift control here, ride height dump here, and 2 spare valves if you want to add another lift axle or something in there. One thing about these toolboxes is you can't open them when you have the winches in front of them, right? That's a little too bad, but it's a step deck, right? So they have to mount it up a little higher. The step deck I had before this, it had toolboxes, but they hung down quite low. And they kept scratching the ground, right? But these ones are mounted a lot higher, so I don't have to worry about that, which is nice. I don't have much in here yet. But, still got to kind of figure out what I'm going to put in there. Lock that up. Yeah, that's that. It has a self-filling air system in the back, so if there's a low tire, the air pressure that comes from the truck to fill up the trailer automatically fills up the tire to air pressure. And if one of the tires is low and one of those systems activates, there's a light on the front of the trailer over here. That'll tell me. This is a white light right here. And it's already turned on once, so I know it works. It's very bright. You'll notice it. If there is low tire pressure in one of your tires in the back, the trailer will automatically fill that tire up to pressure. And while it's filling it up, this light will come on to let you know, hey, you have a leak or you have a tire that's being filled right now. The system is in use. For me, it was just because it was a brand new trailer. I guess they lost a little bit of air pressure while it was sitting in the lot. When I put the first load on there, Obviously, it had to fill up the tires a little bit. This light came on, had me worried for a little bit, but it only stayed on for about a minute and then turned off. I've hauled 3 loads on it already. Every load was about 45,000 pounds, sitting on the lower deck right there. Trailer handled it beautifully, barely even flexed at all. Sometimes these aluminum trailers flex quite a bit under weight. It handled it beautifully. It rides very smooth. It actually rides smoother than the Mack that I had before this. And I think that's just because of the axle spacing back here. The Mack I had before this had a tandem axle, and the rear would slide back. So I didn't have 3, I had 2. But those 2 axles, when you slid them together, were very close together. And I think that would cause the trailer to sort of donkey kick and bump over bridge connections and stuff quite a bit. So this trailer rides a lot smoother. I'll let you know how it goes as the years go by. I plan on having this trailer for many, many, many years into the future. I'm really excited, so I'll let you know every step of the way. Subscribe, and you can see how she handles the years. One of the reasons, like I said before, about having a 3rd axle, but a lift, is so that, obviously, if I want to haul more weight, I can just put that axle down and be able to legally haul more weight. Another reason to have the lift axle is if this trailer ever goes into California, California requires a shorter wheelbase between your truck and your rear axle. So if this truck were to ever go to California, you can lift that axle up and it's now legal to cross into the state. Because California has always got some weird laws, right? So one little benefit if you ever go there. I don't go to California, but you never know in the future what might happen, right? So with this trailer, here's the coil area. Just like any other trailer, you have cross members every 12 inches. So it's extra reinforced. I can put 60,000 pounds within a 4-foot area on this trailer and 70,000 pounds within a 10-foot area. Or I can have a 100,000 pound gross vehicle weight. And this trailer should be able to handle it just fine. That's what it's rated for. But with the stuff I do, I won't be anywhere near that. I don't want to regularly haul triaxle freight. That 3rd axle is just for me, just in case I need it. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. The trailer came with 2 load risers. Right here, I have them strapped in there. That's for if I want long freight that sits up on the top, goes out this way. Obviously, with the drop, that doesn't help, right? So you put those in along here, and you can load longer freight on there. It also came with 5 sets of cleats that hook into here. I have a 6,500 pound weight load rating. What I'm probably going to use them for is over the axles here like this if you want to tie stuff down. Sometimes it's annoying because you don't have winches right where the axle is on the step deck. You can put those cleats right in here and tie it down to that. I'll show you what they look like. I have them stored in my cubby here for now, but these are what they look like, right? So this is one of them. So that edge hooks into that little nook I was showing you there, and then you hook your strap or your chain onto this here, and then it just sort of sits up like that on the trailer, right? And you can tie down up to 6,500 pounds on each of these. You can see right here. So I got 5 pairs of those with the trailer. So because it's new, that rub rail still looks nice and shiny and straight. And every customer I go to now, shipper or receiver, first thing I say is, in a nice way, I'm like, hey, got a new trailer. They're like, oh, good for you, good for you. I'm like, if you don't mind, please be nice to my rub rail. I spend a lot of money on it. I'd really like it to stay nice for as long as possible. Tell them nicely, and they always, because some guys, not a lot of guys, but some guys, they like to bang the trailer with their forklifts. That's the quickest way you can take off a truck driver, an owner-operator anyways, if you bang his trailer. Most guys don't do that. The guys I work with here, they don't do that. They're really nice. But I still let them know, just in case. Just once, okay? By the way, new trailer. Please be nice. I really don't want this all banged up. I'm not dumb, though. I do realize that it's a trailer. It's going to get scratched up, dinged up, banged up a little bit over the years. I'm just going to try to delay that as much as possible and minimize it as much as possible. it's a trailer. It's going to do trailer stuff, right? You're loading freight on it every day. You're loading it on, taking it off. We're always in a rush. You know that. You've been watching me for long enough to know I'm always in a rush. Accidents happen. But I'm just going to try and make a conscious effort to slow down a little bit and try to get those around me to also slow down just a little bit so that hopefully we can save this trailer and get it. I'd like it to last like 15 years. That would be nice. That would be nice. Now with step deck aluminum trailers, I've heard that you have to be careful with these. They're not steel, so they do have their limits. You can't overload these trailers. A lot of guys get these trailers and get a little overconfident with them and overload them or load them incorrectly, and they end up damaging them because they'll flex. On these step decks, that gooseneck can crack. It can break. It happens to all trailers. And something that, I worry about with any step deck. But the biggest thing is, especially with a step deck, pay attention to where you're loading your freight and how you're loading your freight. Don't overload it. Don't abuse the trailer. If you're going through rough parking lots with potholes, take it easy. You don't want to go flying through there with a full load and twist your frame or something, right? It's aluminum, or as the Europeans say, how do you say it? Aluminum. So we'll see how it goes over the years. I'll be very, very careful with it. And just like everything else that I've had, I'll share updates with you as I go along. There's not much information out there about extreme trailers. I was very disappointed when I was looking at this one. It was very hard to get reviews from anywhere because it's a newer company. Not a lot of people have made videos talking about them. So now Trucker Josh has an extreme trailer. You can hear about it straight from me, someone who actually owns one, actually uses it, actually pulls it down the road every day. I'll let you know if anything goes wrong with it. I'll let you know how much I like it. For this past week, though, I can tell you I've really liked it. It has really hauled and handled the freight well, fully loaded it to U.S. weights. And I have nothing bad to say. It's been a week, so there's many years ahead of us. I got the 5-year warranty package on it, structural warranty, and 2 to 3 years on all the other components and parts. So the real test is, once the warranty runs out, as these 5 years progress, how is it going to handle? Going down the road, hauling full loads, flexing over bumps and stuff. You go over bumps in the road, you'll see these trailers flex. How is that neck going to handle? Extreme has gone through some lengths in the past year with these 2025s to reinforce them, to make them stronger. Because in the beginning, like any trailer, they've had reports of, this cracking or that bending. You can find that on any trailer. Believe me, I've looked up every trailer. Most times when you see that a trailer is snapped in half or bent, it's because of driver or operator error. Almost like every single time, there's the odd lemon out there that, might have like a Friday weld on it, and someone was rushing through welding it and just didn't do the job properly, and the trailer ends up cracking or something when it shouldn't. That's covered under warranty, thankfully. But as this trailer ages, and as you're using it and sort of pounding it on the road and with freight day after day after day, how's it going to hold up after 3, 4, 5 years? If you want to know, subscribe to my channel, follow my videos, and I'll tell you if something goes wrong with it. I'm not going to hide that. I'll let you know if there's problems with it so that you can know how good these trailers are. There's a lot of trailer brands out there already that have been time tested, that Mack, Rettenauer, Wilson, Dorsey. Which other ones am I missing? I have not had good experiences with Fontaines. Because we had a fleet of steps, and all of them cracked after about 10 years. But it's 10 years. It's an older trailer, you might say. But I didn't want one of those because I had bad experiences pulling those around. Macks are time tested. They're very expensive. Rettenauer's time tested. One thing about Rettenauer's is that they have a steel neck, so that you don't have to worry about cracking as much as these fully aluminum necks, right? But that also, you trade that in for more weight. pretty much every trailer out there has its pros and cons, but they're all pretty good. Pretty good. And you hear about these other brands all the time. And I, like I was saying, was disappointed that I couldn't find much out there about extreme trailers. So I will make it my goal to let you guys know how it goes, how I like this trailer, how it goes over the years. Am I going to regret my purchase? Am I going to love it forever? Am I really going to keep it for 15 years? How will it last? What kind of maintenance will I run into? Subscribe. Follow along. I make daily videos of my life on the road here with my truck and my trailer. So I'll see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching. Have an extremely nice day.